Hey, my babies, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? If it's your first time, hi, I'm Gaia. If you're returning, we've been ganging. Or maybe we haven't. You got some enemies around you. They may be right in your camp. Alright? This is all energy. So whenever this reach you, ain't no telling when it will. Ain't no telling if it do. But if it does, you have enemies around you, or that you are the enemy. Receive what resonates. I got a channel message here. Okay. In times of uncertainty, births certainty. Okay. Meaning that the times when you don't know what to do are the times that you are shown exactly what to do. And if you are one that has wisdom on you, or that you've attained any type of knowledge, or any type of retained anything from the past cycle, then you should know how to proceed forward if you are in a position of power. Now, that is only for the ones that are in position of power, because then we got the ones that are in power and we got the ones that are suppressed. You see? Said that for a reason as well. So maybe you're feeling either like you're the oppressor, or you're being suppressed. Okay? So this is my channel message here. Sometimes things fall apart in our lives for us to remember who we are and how we serve. How should we serve? Okay? And then a shadow question for self is, what position have you been placed in? Have you been placed in a power, or have you been placed in a position of authority? Have you been placed in a position of the oppressed? What position have you been placed in? You see? And then, are you serving in that position according to any fairness? You see? So I tell you, right, in the tarot deck, we have the Hermit. The Hermit is the one that is in the house. That's the secluded one. That is the one that no one is ever really around. That is the one that also has withstood the most, but also has attained the most information. Why? Because they've been stuck. A lot of times people go into hermit mode when they're in isolation. I call it hermitude, or when they are in prison. Okay, that's why these men that are in prison, or these women that are in prison, normally when they get out, they're like, if they are, because it's always two sides to a coin. So a lot of times they get out and they're like a completely different person. And that is because during that time they've evolved. They've accepted the more evolved version of self. And that comes from being isolated for so long. Okay? Being suppressed and subdued with all of the nasty toxicity and projections that these prison sites, that these prison cells, that these prison guards, that these wardens, the ones in authority, place upon these prisoners. Okay, so I'm saying that for a reason. Maybe you feel like you've been in prison, or maybe you feel like you've been a toxic warden. Receive what resonates. Okay. What else do I have? What position have you been placed in? Right. Are you serving in any fairness? Are you serving in any fairness? In any fairness? Are you? Question yourself. Shadow question for self. I also think that in times of uncertainty is when unity is formed. You see? So that goes back to, I want to keep comparing this to prison, because Gaia has felt like she's been in prison. I've been in I call it hermitude, hermit solitude, isolation. Too much of it. Okay, too much of it. But I'm going to continue because there is a such thing as too much. There is a such thing. They try to say, oh, it's not a such thing. There is absolutely a such thing as too much. I'm going to proceed forward. But again, when they have like these prison riots and these are men or women that have been suppressed for far too long. And instead of all laying down and being subdued or subjugated to this sickness, to this illness, to the unfairness, to continue to be in uncertainty, these men and women stand up together. These men and women become unified. And that is because, again, when you don't know, when times are the most uncertain, that is when you should look to your neighbor for assistance. That is when you should bind and not bind. Let me use the words properly. That is when you should unify with some fairness to your neighbor, with your neighbor, or the one next to you. So I'm saying this for a reason. Again, it's all energy. Maybe you felt like you're either on one side of the coin, like you've been subjugated to something, some unfairness, just something along those nature, along that spectrum, or you feel like you're the warden that hasn't, you're the warden, or you're the overseer, or you're the authority figure that hasn't given any fairness in the situation. Let me continue. I'm very passionate about this. Very passionate about this message. And it's also too because not only have I dealt with hermit solitude, isolation for too long, but on top of that, I have, let me make sure we're still recording. Yes, we are. Wonderful. This is a personal, this is something personal, but I was a prison. I always say I was a prison baby. I was a prison baby because I was, this was back in the day when conjugal visits were a thing, right? Okay, so I grew up and my family times were at, in the prison room, at the visitation room. Those were my family times. That was the only family time that I truly only had. So really all of my life, I felt subjugated to an authority figure, trying to suppress or subdue toxicity, or trying to, not subdue, wrong word, trying to suppress me or my loved ones, or even my happiness to toxicity or projections. This gets me to the elements, because I was channeling this rising. This gets me to the elements, okay? This is why we have the elements. This is why. So I'm going to go down the list of the element, and something that you may have been experiencing with your zodiac sign. I'm going to break it down, though. So if you're a water sign, okay? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, okay? Water is meant to heal. You're a natural healer. You're a natural healer. Water is meant to cleanse. Okay? Meaning that the only thing that you should be doing with water is either healing or cleansing. That's it, baby. That is it. And if you felt like there isn't, and if you're a water sign and you felt like there haven't been any healing nor cleansing in your life, or you haven't been healing as you should, it is because you've been projected upon with someone else's projections. You see? Okay. And then I'll say that water is also drained so that it can remember that it is the source, and it is able to fuel everlasting nutrients, They say our body is composed of what? What is it, 50 or 70% water? I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one. But I know it's a large percentage. This water carries the nutrients in throughout our body. That's why we are naturally healers. That's why the planet is covered of a certain amount of water, because this is for the healing. This is not for you to go throw your trash, to go project, to go piss in the fucking water. This is for you to cleanse. Air. If you're air sign, okay? What's that? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I believe. Okay? Air is needed to breathe. We need air, so they say, okay? This is just what I got, so they say. But if you're having trouble breathing, if you're having any issues with your lungs, it is because what you fueled your lungs with. What have you fueled your lungs with? What have you fueled your breath work with? Has it been projections? Has it been toxicity? Has it been shit? Has it been pollution? Has it been, what have you done to it? Okay? And then also how, and even if this is the thing, even if you're a smoker, I have nothing against smokers. You know, I back in the day, I smoked tobacco as well. I smoked, you know, but my thing is, how are you exhausting that? How are you exhaling that? What are you doing to rid that toxic out of your lungs? You see? What are you doing? And if you're not doing nothing, then you can't have any issue. You know, this is, then you're just polluting your own airways. Or if you're one that continues to project negativity with your words, then you're only polluting your airway and the air surrounding you as well. Fire. Fire is used for destruction, for destroying. But it is also used to create. And because what made me channel that is, it made me think about, am I still recording? Yes, I am. It made me think about the tower moments. You see, a burning building. You see, things that fall to the ground because it has been burnt in flames. Well, a lot of times these people that are like, that, you know, they have their entire home is burnt to the ground, and I wish that on nobody, because that's very sad. However, when this happens, normally the one tries to look at it at a positive outlook, like, you know what, okay, it was just time for something new. I'm about to get all brand new, because it was something in that home that was not of any it was not of any firm or sturdy foundation. It needed to have a tower moment. I always say tower moments only fall on unstable grounding, which means that the grounding underneath it was not firm nor stable. So there needed to be a complete destruction of it. Also, fire is used so that it also is meant to repurpose its flame. So if you're a fire sign, and you've been feeling like your fire's been burnt out. Also, okay, let me go back. I said that fire is used to create too, because sometimes one's fire is sparked within them, and that lights or creates passion within them. Like right now, Gaia's feeling a little fiery, so I'm feeling a little passionate about this message, you see? But it is also used to create. It is also used to, I'm using this message in my words and what I say to create harmony, unity, peace, healing. So again, if you're feeling burnt out or dull, it is for you to repurpose your flame. What have you been using your flame for? And then we got my babies, the earth sign. Every earth sign that I have met, y'all are the coolest individuals in the world. I love y'all, man. And I not always say, like, I am a little biased with the earth signs. I am. I actually, before I even get into this, I'm gonna share another small tidbit. Like, it was an earth sign that I met that we were supposed to be like enemies. It was a woman earth sign. We were supposed to be like, we were supposed to be enemies. And this woman looked at me and said, you know what? I don't want to do this. You look like you just need someone to talk to. It was so grounded. It was so respected. I said, oh, I knew I love y'all earth signs. I know I love y'all earth signs for a reason. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it don't matter. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are the grounding. Y'all are the foundation. Everything. Y'all are the roots. Nothing can, if you want, y'all are like, if you don't have the grounding, what the fuck are you building on? What are you building on? If you don't have one that can look into the roots, that knows what the roots are, that is willing to be that sturdy foundation, that is willing to be that mediation between the growth and the ground, then what the fuck do you have? So again, if that's like the earth, again, earth is the foundation, it's the soil, right? So if you feel like, you know, if you're feeling a little out of whack in your life and your earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, okay, it is because the grounding, your roots, your root system has been planted in something, baby, that it wasn't ever supposed to be planted in. And something that is like, it's like giving me like repurposing the soil, getting new soil, planting those roots in new soil. Like right now, Gaia needs to go replant her plants into some new soil. Planting it into some brand new soil with new nutrients. That's giving me a new foundation. New foundation, new lands, baby. New lands. Okay? Metaphorically speaking, for the mind. What have you planted your ideas into? Okay? Let's repurpose that into a more firm and stable foundation or lands, baby. Let's try it again. Again, I say all of this to say that we all filter through these signs. That one is just not one zodiac sign. That we filter through them all. And this is coming from someone that has played several perspective shifts. I have went through several of them. When you're feeling these things, this is what you need to do. This is how we're all healers. This is how the healer, the alchemist, the one that knows how to really fuel themselves is not overworked and overwhelmed. I go back to the healers. I go back to the shamans. You look at them all and they look so overworked and overwhelmed because one isn't taking personal accountability or responsibility in healing themselves. They're not doing that. Or healing a situation. That if there is a situation and there are 10 people involved and they are in a burning building, then all 10 of those people need to come together to figure out how do we all unify and take our own personal accountability in the situation. That's my message. As these elements, okay? And then I thought about elementals for some reason. So that was a good little movie or whatever. I'm gonna put that in. I don't even know. I can't put that in the description. But yeah. I don't even. This is the thing, baby. If this message met you, but then it was by the grace of God. It was truly by the grace of God, because nowadays I don't know where my words are going. I feel like they're going in and coming out. Like it's completely being drained. I don't know where my nutrients are going into. You may felt like that as well. Alright, so this what I got for you, my viewer, my cross viewer, you know, the one that just came, or whomever, okay? Much love to you. Okay, much love to you. And much love to me as well. Until next time. Mwah.